What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate, reverse rant, no hate. Listen, Jermaine Ortiz versus Teofimo Lopez. And I'm going to give you my take. And I really don't understand the one word that people keep throwing around in this fight. And that's robbery. Okay, first off, y'all gotta think about what doesn't make sense when you say robbery. When you say it was a super close fight. Then how was it a robbery if it was a super close fight? Okay, that makes zero sense. Can't be a robbery in a super close fight. Okay? Two, let me say, Jermaine Ortiz's performance. Guys, he didn't engage enough. All right, he simply did not engage enough. Okay, and I don't necessarily, look, Teofimo is full of cap. He says and does a lot of ignorant shit. I don't really care for Teofimo, but as a fighter, Teofimo is a good fighter. His attitude and the shit he says, like he's a sore loser, and he's very delusional. But okay, I'm being honest. Take your feelings out of it and look at the fight. Jermaine Ortiz was moving, pot-shotting, landing some shots, and he was getting hit as well. Okay, the thing is, people are overlooking the fact that, yeah, he was moving, and a couple of times I've seen him come in and, try to throw some combinations and load up, but when he was doing that, that's when he was missing. He was landing, his pot shots and moving, but he was getting hit as well. Teofimo doesn't know how to cut off a ring. He showed you that. He was basically just following him around all night, but Ortiz didn't engage enough. And when you're trying to take someone's title, look, people got to understand. You have to take the title. And let's be real. A lot of people are talking about, I had it 5-5, by the 10th round. Then you got people saying that they had it, scored 7-5, for Teofimo. Then, you had people saying they had it scored 7-5 for Ortiz. Okay, listen, I didn't see any robbery. Now, it's crazy how you guys are saying the fight is close, but then you're calling it a robbery. And for Ortiz, that was the game plan. Stick and move and not get hit. Now, people are saying, oh, he tried to Mayweather. No, it's not what Mayweather did. Mayweather didn't run. Mayweather outboxed you and made you clearly miss and countered you with sharp, crisp punches. Got in, got out. Floyd would stand his ground, standing, he'd move, he'd dictate the pace. Floyd did not stand here and just, oh, I'm just going to move and not punch. Bullshit. Okay. If you look at that fight that we seen last night, let's look at Ray Leonard versus Duran 2. Okay? That's more of the style that Jermaine Ortiz is trying to fight, but he didn't engage enough. Okay? Ray Leonard was catching, throwing flurries, throwing combinations, was catching Duran. Moving, stand there, make him think he's going to engage, move some more, catch him. He was catching him. He clearly outpointed him and made him quit. Okay, he was landing shots. Ortiz, let's be real. It's not like people talk about he put on a master class of boxing. Why? Just because he was moving a lot? No. No. If you want to compare that, let's look at Anthony Joshua versus, Andy Ruiz too. A guy who moved and was landing that jab, that right hand all night long. So we're not, you got to understand. We're talking about landing punches, and people say, oh, but he was landing the more cleaner punches. People, the man gave the last 3 rounds away. You cannot win a title by just moving, and that's it, okay? We watched De La Hoya, and I say it to this day, and I wanted Trinidad to win. Trinidad did not win that fight against De La Hoya. I had that shit 8-4. But you have people saying, yeah, but see, that's the thing, Aries. The middle rounds, some of the rounds, Tito won. How? How? I mean, if that's what your two eyes saw, okay, cool. It's not what mine saw. And De La Hoya did what a lot of fighters did back in the day. I got this fight in the bag. And the trainers would tell you in the corner, yeah, you got it, just coast. You know, don't get careless. Don't get caught in nothing stupid. And then just run. And that's what De La Hoya did. Jermaine Ortiz, you have to close the show, okay? When I say that, I don't necessarily mean knockout. I mean, you have to close the show. You have to show, I want it more. I'm not one of these people that just because you win the last 3 rounds that you automatically win, okay? But we're talking about a close fight. You want to show I'm the real champion here. I'm the winner here. Then you have to go out there and take it. Jermaine Ortiz didn't do that. And Teofimo Lopez just basically chased him around the ring all night. So judges are watching this going, look, man, the guy didn't want to engage. And that's what you saw. Okay. 116, 111 is the score that Jermaine Ortiz is bitching about now. He's saying that, you know, he clearly won the fight. He know that he was robbed, and the fans know. And look, the type of shit Teofimo talks, and this is what I'm saying, and all the calling out Terrence Crawford shit, and, you know, Jermaine Ortiz is talking about taking legal action, but, you know, just saying, people look at T.O. like, man, this little arrogant motherfucker talk all this shit. If he can't handle Jermaine Ortiz, how is he going to beat Devin Haney? How does he expect to beat a Terrence Crawford, right? So, you know, all of these other things people tie into it. And I just say, take all of that shit away. Take all of what was said after the fight, before the fight. Look at just the fight alone. And I'm saying, in my opinion, as much as I don't care for Teofimo Lopez, Teofimo did not lose that fight. I didn't see no robbery. And I thought Teofimo Lopez won the fight simply because Jermaine Ortiz, he stuck to the game plan of stick and move. Yes, he did. But he wasn't landing enough punches. Okay, and it's rounds where, like I said, he's getting caught with shots and body shots. You know, he was getting caught with body shots. He wasn't getting caught with combinations, you know, but at the same time, he was throwing one punch at a time, 1, 2, move, just move, move. He wasn't throwing a lot of flurries. Like I said, a couple of times in the fight, I remember him, you know, letting his hands go a little bit. And then when you get to the center of the ring, which is where he should have been, right? He wasn't engaging. All right? He wasn't engaging enough. It's just that simple. He did enough to survive and not get knocked out. And he was being cautious. But he was not really landing much. Okay, so even the CompuBox had him winning by like 2 rounds on the unofficial scorecards. You know, yeah, they had him ahead in the fight, you know, throughout the fight. And really, and they had him win it, landing like 2 punches more, you know, than Teofimo. So what I'm saying, you cannot decide a fight and feel like, oh, this guy definitely won by a person landing 2 punches more or whatever. Unofficial scorecard anyway. And this is what I'm saying. No, I don't care for Teofimo. I don't. But I'm not going to lie and say I feel like he lost that fight, because I don't feel like he lost that fight. You know, and for Jermaine Ortiz, like, the lesson learned, hopefully for him and his team, you have to engage more. And even to throw the jab, like, everything you can see, he was trying so hard to not get hit with anything, that when he was throwing the jab, a lot of times it was just like a fake, just a, you know, a pump fake, but nothing, just let me just throw the jab. You know, he was cocking the right hand. A couple of times he landed. Several times he didn't land it. You know, the counters like that. I can see the thought process. I can see what he was trying to do. He wasn't doing it enough, and he wasn't doing it effectively enough. You know, and I know a lot of people wanted Tio to lose. I get it. But he didn't lose that fight. Tio didn't lose that fight. You can't just get in there and run and throw 1 punch at a time. a 1-2, then you're not. And you got to understand, like, okay, I'm throwing punches. You're not stupid. You know that you're not landing all those shots. And at some point, like you got to sit down on your shots, get this guy's respect, okay? And not only get his respect, but you got to show the judges, like, I'm landing these punches. And when I say get his respect, what I mean is you got to give him something to worry about. T.O. was walking in with his damn hands down, trying to get the guy to stop and fight. No, Jermaine Ortiz doesn't have to fight T.O.'s fight, but he has to fight. You understand? And he was not doing, in my opinion, I'm watching this fight, and I'm scoring most of these rounds for T.O. You know, and like the earlier rounds, yeah, they were close, but I'm looking at, you know, all the movement and you know, the punches that wasn't landing as well. The punches were landing, but they were both landing shots, but they were both missing shots, okay? But like I said, T.O. was doing more work. Like, and the thing is, the rounds, this too is one of those fights where me watching it, where I can see T.O. was, okay, he was more effective in that round. He was, you know, and whereas with Jermaine Ortiz, yeah, there was, like I said, some of the rounds I did give to him. But at the end of the day, I didn't have him winning that fight. But again, lessons should be learned. You have to come in there and fight and show I'm here to win. Not just here to survive the 12 rounds and try to play it safe to the point where, you know, I'm not landing really big shots. You know, nobody's cut up and bleeding and swollen and all of that. So to cry out, I dominated the fight. You know, is that any different from Alicia Baumgartner saying she dominated Michaela Mayer? No, I thought Alicia edged that fight, but she didn't dominate, even though that's what her words said. She didn't dominate. You know, Ortiz is saying he dominated. Nah, you didn't dominate, bro. You didn't dominate. Just because you were moving, like the guy that fought against Jerron Boots Ennis, and people talking about, oh, Jerron Boots Ennis couldn't handle. No, the guy went from boxing and moving to just running, trying to survive. And look, crying about it is not going to change the decision. Yeah, Teofimo talks too much. His dad talks too much. And it is what it is. But I don't see any robbery. You can't say a close fight was a robbery. And if you're trying to tell me that you had that fight scored 7-5 or 8-4 Ortiz, well, I don't know what fight you were watching, but definitely Teofimo the Big Mouth won that fight. I don't see it any other way. You did nothing but just move, and play it safe. How the hell do you win a title like that? Talk to me in the comment section. What do y'all think about the fight? Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people. I will catch y'all on the next video.